Oh, yeah. Hello, folks. How are you? Final day of week, Thursday. I took the shine off my head. Now I look, I'm like white from the forehead to the eyebrows and colored fella from there down. Real quick, sports update. New York Rangers last night leading the game 1-0, opening game of the series against the Hurricanes. In Carolina, a very tough place to play. They're winning the whole game, 1-0. 2 minutes left in the game. The Hurricanes tie it up. Goes into overtime. 3 minutes into overtime, Hurricanes win. Those are the type of teams that win the cup. Anyway, it's such a good spectator sport, folks. I just don't know what to tell you, man. And the Sox, I think, slapped around Houston last night. After fucking
kicked around.
After Evaldi got beat like a housewife. And last night, Pivetta, again, I'm sorry to bore you people aren't Red Sox. Nick Pivetta, who's last year won 17 or 16 games. This year has been horrible. He's 0-7, I think. His ERA is over 7. He's like the worst starting pitcher for us right now. Goes all 9 innings, gives up 2 hits. Nobody goes 9 innings anymore. Nobody. All 9. 2 hits against the Astros. Anyways, we're still 12 and a half out. They fucking Yankees. They haven't done this in a long time, the Yanks. With all the money they spend, they haven't come out of the gates as strong. So do the Red Sox spend just as much, honestly, if not more. Okay. That killed 3 minutes. Let me write that down. Cross out sports. Look at this. We can't even make a pen in this country that fucking works. Jesus Christ. Gotta use the Sharpie. Ooh, that reminds me. I better bring these to the gig this weekend. I will be selling merchandise after the show. Oh, the club will be. I'll be standing there like a doofus. Going, hi, how are ya? Anyways, let's get to it. Speak of doofus, Jankadimowicz. Who's that? The Department of Homeland Security's Disinformation Governance Board, which really means we'll tell you what to believe and what the truth is, Republicans. How this even got this far in this country in 2022 makes me want to shit blood. I did. The governance board, listen to this. It's being put on hold only a few weeks after its establishment was announced to the public. I didn't even know it was official, I got to be honest with you. And board director Nina Jankowicz will resign, sources told the AP. Who's not happy about that? I'm loving it. According to the Washington Post, Department of Homeland Security made the decision on Monday, and that the following morning, the board's leader, Nina Jankowicz, had a resignation letter already drafted. I love it. Whether Jankowicz ultimately decides to leave DHS remains up in the air, the Post reported, as the department offered to let her stay, despite the agency suspending all groups that have been focusing on what the Biden administration refers to as the Misinformation, or MDM. Aren't they clever, huh?
You're communist.
They are.
Huh? How'd you like it? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. Do you want to be?
Exactly. In the meantime, DHS, that's Danvers High School where I graduated, is defending Jankowicz against attacks from the right based on her past positions, mostly doggy and social media posts, including casting doubt on the legitimacy of the New York Post reporting on Hunter Biden's laptop. What does that tell you? They hired a person. She was going to be head of disinformation. And after everybody proved that the laptop was real, she was saying it was false still. And that's who's going to tell you what's real. May your mother die in a fire tonight. Hunter Biden's laptop before the 2020 election. So I wonder why they suspended it. Did they do a poll and see how many people were against it?
My theory is that with the midterms coming up, they're realizing how unpopular it is, so they have to suspend it early enough.
Well, that's what I mean. They must have taken a poll.
That's 100% what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You fucking whore. Yeah, that's it. Go home. Get my dinner ready.
Mary Poppins. This is the nutbag. This is the nutbag Jankowicz that was going to be in charge of all this at her best.
Ring is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious.
Get out of my room, you sick cunt.
That might be the best time sound drop ever. I was proud of that one. I said, where did Dallas get a hold of this fucker? Anyways, yeah, so they're imploding, everybody. They're imploding. People are finally catching on. Maybe it took 40 years, honestly. But I don't know, and I'll ask this question again. What is going to be left of the Democrat Party once they get smoked in the midterms, which is a guarantee, and they lose the White House? Where do they go from there? They've showed us all their cards, right? They've showed us that they're true Marxists or socialists, whatever you want to call it. So where do they go from here? Which is the way that's clear. Still looking for that blue jean, baby queen, prettiest girl I ever see. See her shake up on the movie screen. Billie Dean, rock on, something like that. Again, I fucked up the lyrics because that was a hit in 1976. Let's move on and stay on the Democrats, shall we? It's hot in this motherfucker. Musk rips the Democrats. Elon Musk tore into the Democrat Party in a Wednesday tweet, calling them the party of division and hate.
You are correct, sir.
I love this picture of Elon. Because this is why I kind of like him. I mean, that expression is kind of like, yeah, I'm a serious guy, but I'm really not. Like, yeah, I don't know. I like that expression. He looks like, with a tuxedo, it actually looks like a scene out of Titanic when they're dancing and he's the rich guy. In the past, I voted Democrat because they were mostly the kindness party. Now, here's what he says, but they become the party of division and hate, so I can no longer support them and will vote Republican. Now, watch their dirty tricks campaign against me unfold. Leave that there. Let me just break this down. It scares me a little that he says he voted in the past because they were the party of kindness. I don't remember that. I got to be honest with you. If you were paying attention, you could see they were full of shit when I was 28 years old. Anyways, they had him fooled, one of the brightest guys on, but he's not a politician. But they have become the party of division and hate. Bingo, got that right. So he's not going to support him and will vote Republican, which I like. He actually committed. Now he says, watch their dirty tricks campaign against me unfold. And boy, they already pulled him off the S&P 500, his company, or whatever the fuck it is. Already pulled it off. And now they're investigating for hiring practices and environmental problems. This is Tesla. The guy who met at Tesla. Environmental problems? And like I heard on the radio on the way here, he's first on the list. Exxon is 10th. Is the world not upside down? Fucking backwards? They have lost their Can you imagine that? He's a threat to them. They just, I guess that's how the left, the dirty Marxists fight. But where do you want me? Right here? Or over here? Right there. Yeah, he says they were the party of kindness, but they become the party of hate, blah, blah, blah. So that kind of creeps me out. I'm like, how bright is he? But he really is. But he's so right about the dirty tricks campaign already happening. The multi-billionaire said he will vote Republican for likely the first time in his life. Again, makes me question. In the 2022 midterm election, you know why? Because he's young back then. And youngsters believe that fucking kindness. We're all going to hold hands and finger pop each other.
The idealistic thing.
That's right. Which young kids, and especially kids his age, coming off a college campus, but I'm sure did he even go to college? Midterm election after overwhelming voting Democrat in the past. He said the Democrat Party is controlled by unions and trial lawyers, which is the absolute truth. If you look at the people who belong to the bar, it's like 89% Democrat and shit.
You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole trial is out of order. They're out of order.
Guys, if you haven't seen that movie, What was it called? I forget. That's when he was the mayor he was the. And he goes, "Don't you care, Arthur? Don't you care?" I might never have voted for a Republican, just to be clear, Musk said during a Tuesday. Why? Is that a dirty thing? He said that in All In podcast. Not as funny as this, or as honest. Now this election, I will. Which is saying, I love it. I love it. He's sticking it right up there. It's definitely, he says, it definitely feels like this is not right, Musk added. The issue here is that the Democrat Party is overly controlled by the unions and by trial lawyers. Yeah, just like a fucking Marxist organ, particularly class action lawyers. In the case of Biden, he is simply too much captured by the unions, which was not the case with Mr. Obama. Yeah, that's about the only thing you can say about him. He was in bed with Wall Street more than the Republicans, if you look at his record. Anyways, Obama was a really honest guy.
We will keep this promise to the American people.
He voted
If
for
you
him.
like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan.
Boy, he lied beautifully.
Period.
If your sister gets cranky once a month, she's having her period. All right, then. Liberals have not taken kindly to Musk vowing to allow former President Donald Trump return to the platform when he officially takes over the social media company. Then White House Press Secretary Red Bush Shrubbery Jen Psaki, no longer there, replaced by a lying black woman, said the administration is determined to prevent platforms from spreading disinformation. Who the fuck do you think? They're trying to stop spreading disinformation from those platforms. She said that at a May 10th briefing, and I yelled out,
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
I just heard the guy who was yelling at go, no problem. Did you hear? Listen.
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut the fuck up!
I never fucking heard that before. No problem, John. Musk has been highly critical of the left recently, stating the far left hates everyone, themselves included. You couldn't argue with that statement in a million years. Noting that he does not support the far right either. What's funny about the far right is they're really just, to me, pro-lifers. He says they were the party of religious zealots, and yeah, they were in the 50s. I mean, the fucking Catholic Church is ripped to shreds. I mean, I don't know what the far right. Yes, white supremacists, but that's not far right politicians we're talking about. Those are just nutcases. Anyhow, I'm glad he came out and said, "Hey, Democrats, kiss my grits."
Movie is for Injustice for All.
Very good. Injustice for All. Don't you care, Arthur? I hope that was from that movie. Or Dog Day Afternoon, but I think it was that one. Just plays a fucking New York lawyer so good. Anyways, speaking of savvy politicians, I got to be honest with you, because I don't follow this shit like I'm, Tom Brokaw in 1974, but I had never heard of this woman. Maybe we have mentioned her in the past. I don't know. Carrie Lake. Ricky Lake. This woman, Carrie Lake. Say hi to the next possible governor of Arizona. All I had to see was a 2-minute clip of her, and I would vote for her. Journalist was not ready for Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake was not there to play games. Here you have, once again, a journalist, which this is what the press consists of now. 89% of it is young girls with a fucking, communications journalism degree out of a junior college in Jacksonville, and they have no idea what they're doing. And you see it, and again, you can just tell her beliefs after you watch this. It's unreal. And there's little Carrie Lake looking all innocent and shit. She might as well be like a cougar behind a rock who hasn't eaten in 3 weeks. Watch her bitch slap this little... It's... You know why this was great? First of all, it was 2 women. So there was some cattiness that only women can... You know what I mean? And arguing-wise, she was already prepared for what this was coming, like most politicians are. You Republicans who exist now, why don't you watch her? Watch her cut this. You might as well have had a switchblade in her hand. Watch this encounter. She destroys this poor young lady. Good.
I have many other questions.
I know you do, but I don't have the time for it because we're doing an event in here. We're going to go watch the movie 2,000 Mules, which I hope that the Arizona Republic will finally open their eyes and cover
That's the paper
what's
she cut.
happening with our elections and stop acting like it's a conspiracy theory. Our elections were stolen from us. Our elections were corrupt, and the calling it a fraud instead of what we really had, which was a top-notch audit of our elections, proved that there was election fraud, that our elections were corrupt.
What
And they should have
specifically in the audit findings proved?
Here's my
I'm
favorite.
going to send you, you need to, it's not my job to educate you on what that audit showed. You'll need to take a look at it, but I
I
appreciate
will
your
look
time.
again. I just feel like since we're on camera, I would love for you to
Yeah, I
provide
would-
any evidence backing up that claim.
Can you read?
Yes.
Okay, then go look at it and read it, okay? And actually, you should sit in and go to a movie. Not this one, because we actually don't want the Republic in there, but you should take the time, spend the money, because we're all sold out, actually. But also, we prefer to have the people that we've invited. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
What's the idea?
That's what this was.
Get upstairs. Sit down.
Oh my God. And as she's leaving, she's landing shots. You understand if that was a boxer match, they would have stopped it 10 seconds in. She was beating this girl senseless. And she goes, we don't want the Republican there. That's the paper that this girl works for, which don't let the name fool you. They're obviously a left fucking leaning publication. But this woman bitch slapped her. How'd you like to be married to her and argue with her about the checkbook or some shit? But let me tell you, as a politician, this is how I feel about Carrie Lake.
I love you for helping me to construct of my life, not a tavern, but a temple. I love you because you have done so much to make me happy.
And hard. She's kind of cute, too, for an old lady. Old lady, she's 10 years younger than me. I really got a lot of balls, honest to God. Whatever happened to the reporter? This is a quote I took from, I like to read the comment sections after to get people's take on it, because there's usually some funny zinger. But this person, guy or girl, I don't know, said, whatever happened to the, in quotes, the reporter was granted an interview. These liberal kids, which is what she was, with a microphone and a journalism degree, act like they are doing the interviewed person a favor. That is so exactly right. Then proceed to peel the hide off conservatives' backs. Carrie Lake showed the GOP how it's done. She's a strong person with a great future and a nice set of fun backs.
Yes, sir.
You might have to follow her a little more closely.
Yes, I plan on going out to her property tonight. I'll be on a 12-foot ladder looking in her shower. Did she not take her apart at the joint? It was almost painful to watch. That little girl's probably driving a forklift now for a living. Holy fucking moly. But I love it. You got to call these weasels on their bullshit. And it's not done enough. When reporters, and they're all lefties, asking Republicans anything at any time, that should be the tone of the exchange. I don't care, I don't care what you're talking about. Every time you should point out, because here's my thinking. They control the media for the most part, right? We have Fox News and a little bit of radio. So almost every news show, it's MSNBC, CBS, ABC, all the big ones, NBC, obviously CNN, they're on every TV anywhere. So if you're a Republican, you have a duty to put that shit out there, you know what I mean? Because it's being seen by a lot of people since they have all the outlets, really. So even if it has nothing to do with what you're talking about, give them a fucking, by the way, you're a cheating asshole. End everything with that. I don't know, you might pick up a few votes. Listen to me. Here's another weasel, only of a different kind. Jake the Snake is the headline. This This is kind of interesting. Sports world. The Yankees cut 2019 third-round pick Jake Sanford last Thursday. I should have done a reverse the races. Now I'm looking at this. You know why? Because he's a third-round pick of 3 years ago. If this story was on a black guy, would they even put it in the paper? No. It's a white guy stealing. Not bases. They cut him for allegedly stealing from his minor league teammates and scamming people for money online.
You're a crumb creep.
Oh, my God. According to a source, the 24-year-old outfielder was released last week after a teen investigation found Sanford and his son had stolen from teammates, including equipment that he would then try to sell online, as first reported by New Jersey Advance Media. He would steal equipment from his own teammates and sell it online. Got to have a drug problem or something. Additionally, a source said Sanford, who played college baseball at Weston, Kentucky, by the way, they have a good football team. They're now Division I, I believe. They were 1AA for. Also accepted money from prospective buyers for the equipment, get this, then failed to deliver the products. He's doing a double steal in baseball terms. He's stealing the equipment from his teammates, ripping them off, and then ripping off people who pay for it. He doesn't send it to them. Give me his address. I need to manage it. Oh, my God.
You gotta grow up. You're not a kid anymore.
The issues, another source said, could be related to gambling debts. There you go. The Yankees declined to comment on the situation. Ruben Rivera, if you remember him, once a prize prospect for the Yankees. He was released by the Yankees during the spring training in 2002 for stealing Derek Jeter's glove and bat. Oh, my, what a teammate. And reportedly selling them. Rivera was a cousin of Mariano Rivera, who is just the opposite. You know, I'm a Red Sox fan. I hate the Yankees. Mario Rivera, it was one of the classiest dudes. And here's when I really loved him. They had him, the Yankees, the Red Sox opened with the Yankees. Was this after 2004? Mariano gave up the winning hit, a home run. God, my memory's so bad. Anyways, opening day, the next season at Fenway, the Yankees are there. You know, they introduce all the players. And when they introduced Mariano Rivera, Fenway gave him a mock cheer because he handed the Sox a big game. And he didn't just stand there and be serious. He tipped his hat and started laughing. Made me love him. I mean, he was a class act, Mariano Rivera. Anyways, but that endeared him to Red Sox fan. You know what I mean? He was just guy's a first ballot Hall of Famer in a second, maybe the greatest reliever ever. And then you got the Ruben Riveras and the Jake the Snakes of the world. Anyways, Mariano Rivera, it was his cousin, just signed to return to the Yankees earlier that spring. We're talking about Ruben Rivera. Sanford was drafted in 2019, received a signing bonus. How about of $597,500? Rounded off to $600,000. And he's selling, aluminum bats and jocks for $18. It's that mentality of the NFL players who are making millions a year, then they get busted selling drugs out of their apartment. It's, again, like the article said, it has to be a gambling debt or a drug. I would think. You can't be that dumb, can you? Although, again, you're a Yankee prospect. According to one American League scout, Sanford was not considered an elite prospect, which likely made it easier for the franchise to cut ties with him. So,
bye-bye, dickhead.
The outfield is split last season between a low-A Tampa and high-A Hudson Valley, and he hit a combined 16 home runs and finished with an OPS of 823. That's on base plus slugging percentage for you people who are new to the game of baseball, which was eclipsed by football about 50 years ago as far as a pastime. But anyways, still love it. This country is queer for football. That was a bumper sticker in Kentucky for basketball. Kentucky queer for basketball. Meaning it in a positive way. Here's some more sports news, kind of. A duel. Only these guys didn't have swords in their hands.
No!
Trucker brings knife to gunfight. Anybody know where I got that from? No, I'm not going to remember the movie. Sean Connery, The Untouchables. Sean Connery says it to whatever, Costner, whoever's in the movie. I forget who played the good guy. He goes, typical Guinea, or typical Wop. Something very offensive to me. Typical Guinea, bringing a knife to a gunfight. In his Irish brogue. Oh, I fucking loved it. Anyways, a knife-swinging truck driver named Nancy, lesbian, no, and a gun-toting motorcyclist faced off in the street. Road rage confrontation in Florida on Tuesday, video shows. The rowdy encounter unfolded after Rafael Rivera. Boy, another Rivera. Bunch of troublemaking Riveras out there. Now, this is the guy that I would end up in a road rage with, or actually knocking a beer out of his hand by accident. Look at this fucking guy. That ain't good news. That beard right there says I like Mr. T, even when I'm going through chemo. The rowdy encounter unfolded after Rafael Rivera, 50, who was driving a gray Toyota Tacoma, again, Toyota, the official car of the angry minority, allegedly cut in front of a motorcyclist. This is beautiful. You got an angry truck driver cutting off a biker at the intersection of Pine Lakes Parkway and Whirlaway Drive just after 1 p.m., according to the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. So I guess he gets cut off by the biker? Oh, oh, no. No! What the fuck you talking to? When the two vehicles came to stop, Rivera got out of the truck with a knife. This guy. You're going to go to prison the rest of your life because the guy cut you off, you fucking psycho, with a knife in his hands and approached the motorcyclist, according to footage released by the sheriff's office. The motorcyclist, expecting confrontation, slipped on a pair of brass knuckles, which we all carry, you know. Let's go to the videotape.
Oh boy, is this great! Do it! Yeah, do it!
You got a knife. He doesn't have nothing.
Shut up. Woman's ruining it.
Yeah.
Oh, babe, I got it on
I swear to
film.
God, put the down right now.
Now he ain't so tough.
Yeah, witnesses. Yeah,
You
Witnesses. You got a knife in your hand.
Film.
put the knife down. Get on your bike and go.
You just swiped at him with the.
Shut up, woman.
And I got it right here.
You know what ruined that? You know, ladies, whether you're a girlfriend or a wife and your husband's in a dispute with a psychotic, you know what? Either walk away or just be quiet. Do you really think you're going to help? That's what he wants to hear. He's going to turn around and get stabbed looking at you, end up shooting you if you don't shut up. It's like the guy in the stands at a football game. Some guy's about to kick the winning field goal against his team, and he's screaming from the 580th balcony. You really think you're going to have an effect? I mean, he needs his life is on the line. You think he needs yang? Shut it. Just because shut it. He shoots him and then shoots her. That would be a great sketch. I can't believe I'm not writing. Anyways, Rivera can then be heard calling the police. That would be the truck driver with a knife. I just had a guy pull a gun on me. What a scumbag. Moments later, Flagler County deputies responded to the scene and detained both men as they investigated the incident, cops said. After reviewing the footage taken by the passenger, it was ruled incomplete. He did have not complete control of the knife. And interviewing witnesses, Rivera was arrested, that would be the bald guy with the knife, for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. What was he trying to cut butter there? What are you doing? He was taken to the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility where he's being held without bond. He did just a fucking... You got to give props to the biker. This guy was a bit of a scumbag. And
I'm gonna fucking smash his fucking face in.
Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley said he applauded the way the biker handled the situation. After his life was clearly threatened, he lawfully defended himself and then de-escalated the situation, Staley said in a statement, which you couldn't do if you didn't have a gun on you. The offender is lucky he was not shot. This guy is a big fan of this guy. I also remind the community to not take traffic enforcement in your own hands and control your anger. Call the sheriff's office instead. Why? So they can show up 10 minutes later after I'm already stabbed to death?
That's faggot stuff. You want to call it by its name? That's strictly for fags.
You want to call it by its name? Here we go. I think it's the final story. This is it's the end of the week, so we always ended on a kind of a lighter note. You know, this one's about a baby getting hit by a truck twice. No. You're gonna need a bigger boat is the headline. Breathtaking pictures show an enormous 20-foot great white shark, it looks bigger than that, thought to be the biggest ever prowling the ocean. So I think it's more about girth than it was about length. But listen to this, weighing a scale-busting 2.5 tons. 2 tons is 4,000. Half of that, 5,000 pounds they're talking about. I caught about a 4-pound bass I was sweating my balls off for now. 5,000-pound fish. The mighty beast, you gotta love, dubbed Deep Blue, measures up at an incredible 8 feet in height. What they do, stand him on his tail and have him dunk? 8 feet in height with huge fins and razor-sharp teeth. Well, thanks for telling Shark has... He doesn't have veneers? What the fuck's the matter with these people? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? Look at that shark. You're saying a movie, folks. Stunning snaps show the mesmerizing creature who was thought to be more than 50 years old. Finally, somebody my age. Dwarfing divers daring to swim alongside her. These divers, let me tell you, and there's some chicks there too. They got some huge fucking stonereenies, huh? We're going to show you a clip to give you perspective, put it into scale, just how big this shark is. Check it out. Oh, that's a small little fish. Hope it doesn't break my line, my drop line. Look at this mamalook. People swimming next to it.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.
Look how little they look. Ay, 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 ay. How about them girls? One of them yelled to the shark.
You fat fuck, look at you.
That is a real picture, folks. That looks like a movie poster, right? It does. Reminds you of Jaws, and you're like, really? I'm going to do what's his name? Hooper. Richard Dreyfuss yelling at the mayor, pointing at the billboard. Do you see that? That's about right. That's about scale. That's right. You're going to ignore this problem until it swims up and bites you in the ass. You just want to get your picture of the oceanographic. I laugh like Richard Dreyfuss now. It's like, I've been told. The gigantic great white, we got pictures, right? Sent ripples across the world when she was first caught. Oh, they caught on camera in 2014 off the coast of Guadalupe. God bless the fish. Over 50 years old. You can't leave it alone, let it be. Divers Mark Moeller and Kimberly Jeffries were able to identify her as Deep Blue. That's what my wife calls my balls. Thanks to a tag she was implanted with, while marine experts also recognized the unique markings on her body, fake tits and, a wig. Experts believe Deep Blue is the largest great white ever seen and has lived for more than 5 decades, despite often lifespan reducing things like pollution, hunting, and fishing. Gotta love an animal like this. Despite their notoriety for being dangerous sharks, Deep Blue does not have an aggressive personality. Yeah, says you. Love these people. Yeah, not right now it doesn't. You know what I mean? Even my dad was nice a few times. According to experts. Previously, pictures showed marine biologist Ocean Ramsey swimming side by side with the creature, while holding one of her fins. Oh, my God. Her seemingly docile behavior, which partly, they think, put down to the fact that she had just fed on a whale carcass. Yeah, a whale carcass.
Delicious. Delicious.
Thank you.
Or a family of 3 up the coast of Melbourne. And while it was not possible to take an exact measurement, the colossal beast looked like it could be larger than 20 feet shark, Deep Blue, who currently holds the title of the biggest white shark on the planet. 5,000 pounds. You know, and it still doesn't do it justice, right? Unless you're there. You know what I mean? To see that thing, I'll put that on my bucket list, and I do mean at the very end of the list.
Especially without a cage.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, fuck. I wouldn't want to be in the cage either. You know what I mean? I don't think I'd want to be near it. Cage, no cage. We all saw the movie. Those sharks will bite right through that cage. Anyways.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
Farewell and adieu to the ladies of Spain, for we've received orders to sail back to Boston.
And so nevermore shall we see you again.
Chief, Mayor, Dallas, ladies and gentlemen. That's it, folks. That is it for the week. Again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank yous? No? Not this week? All right. Yeah, we're not going to thank you this week. Fuck you. No, we didn't get it. We don't have the sheet. Anyways, again, thanks for watching every week. Don't forget to sign up monthly. It is a very honest, very funny show, in my opinion. But what does that matter? Thecomicsgym.com, patreon.com. Go to nickdip.com if you'd like to buy something. Check out my tour dates. I will be tomorrow night and Saturday night, Myrtle Beach, the Comedy Cabana. 2 shows each night, 7:30, 9:30. So check it out if you're in the area. Don't forget cameo.com if you want me to roast a friend or relative. Somebody told me I had been waiting, but I don't see it on my phone. Anyways, that's it. You guys thinking I'll say it? You're very welcome. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. Take it easy.